Welcome to Vox AI News. I'm Alice.
And I'm John. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic, Llama 2, the latest collection of large language models from Meta.
Absolutely, John. Llama 2 represents a significant advancement in the world of AI and natural language processing. Can you give us a brief overview of what Llama 2 is?
Sure. Llama 2 is a family of pre-trained and fine-tuned large language models that range from 7 billion to 70 billion parameters. It includes versions optimized for dialogue, known as Llama 2 Chat.
That's impressive. What sets Llama 2 apart from its predecessors?
One of the key differences is that Llama 2 has been trained on a new mix of publicly available data, increasing the size of the pre-training corpus by 40%. It also features doubled context lengths and improved attention mechanisms.
Context length is crucial for understanding conversations better. Can you explain what context length means in this context?
Context length refers to the amount of text the model can consider at once when generating responses. A longer context length allows the model to maintain coherence over longer conversations.
That makes sense. Now let's talk about the training process. What does the pre-training phase involve?
Pre-training involves training the model on a vast amount of text data to learn the structure and nuances of language. For Llama 2, they use 2 trillion tokens of data, which helps the model understand a wide variety of topics.
And what about the fine-tuning phase? How does that work?
Fine-tuning is where the model is adapted for specific tasks, like conversation. Llama 2 Chat uses techniques like supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement learning with human feedback to enhance its performance.
Reinforcement learning with human feedback sounds interesting. Can you elaborate on that process?
Certainly. In this process, human annotators evaluate model outputs and provide preferences on which responses are better. This feedback is then used to train a reward model that guides the main model towards producing more desirable outputs.
That sounds like a great way to improve the model's responses. What are some of the safety measures implemented in Llama 2?
Meta has taken several steps to enhance safety, including data cleaning, safety fine-tuning, and red teaming. They also conduct extensive human evaluations to assess the model's performance on safety benchmarks.
Red teaming, what does that entail?
Red teaming involves testing the model's responses against adversarial prompts to identify potential vulnerabilities or unsafe outputs. It's a proactive approach to ensure the model behaves responsibly.
It's reassuring to know that safety is a priority. How does Llama 2 compare to other existing models in terms of performance?
Llama 2 generally outperforms many open-source models in various benchmarks, and it even competes well with some closed-source models on human evaluations for helpfulness and safety.
That's quite an achievement. What are the different sizes available for Llama 2?
Llama 2 is available in several sizes: 7 billion, 13 billion, 34 billion, and 70 billion parameters, allowing users to choose a model that fits their computational resources and needs.
And what about the potential applications of Llama 2? What can it be used for?
Llama 2 can be employed in various applications, including chatbots, content generation, programming assistance, and more, making it a versatile tool for developers.
Versatility is key. Now, what are some limitations of Llama 2 that users should be aware of?
Some limitations include the model's potential for generating non-factual information, the risk of biases inherited from training data, and a primary focus on English language content.
It's important for users to understand these limitations. What ethical considerations come into play with the use of Llama 2?
Ethical considerations include the potential for misuse, such as generating misinformation or harmful content. Developers are encouraged to implement safety measures when deploying the model.
What guidance do you think developers should follow when using Llama 2?
Developers should adhere to the Responsible Use Guide provided by Meta, which outlines best practices for safe deployment, including regular safety evaluations and user feedback.
That's a great resource. Now, how does Llama 2 handle multi-turn conversations?
Llama 2 Chat has been specifically fine-tuned for dialogue tasks, and it employs techniques like ghost attention to maintain context and coherence across multiple conversation turns.
Ghost attention? That sounds intriguing. Can you explain how it works?
Ghost attention helps the model remember instructions or context from previous turns, ensuring that it responds consistently throughout the dialogue, even as the conversation evolves.
That's a clever solution. Are there any specific benchmarks that Llama 2 has excelled in?
Yes, Llama 2 has shown strong performance in benchmarks related to truthfulness, common sense reasoning, and reading comprehension, making it a robust model for various tasks.
It's fascinating to see how these models are evolving. What do you think the future holds for models like Llama 2?
The future is bright. As researchers continue to refine these models and address safety concerns, we can expect even more powerful and responsible AI systems that better serve user needs.
Well said. To wrap up, can you summarize the key points we've discussed today?
Certainly. We explored Llama 2's architecture, training processes, safety measures, performance benchmarks, and its potential applications, along with ethical considerations and future prospects.
Thank you, John, and thank you to our listeners for joining us today on Vox AI News. Stay curious and stay informed. We'll catch you on the next episode.